All right, welcome back to the channel. Tyson Fury is between a rock and a hard place for sure. Either fight Deontay Wilder in the United States or try to go back to the UK and face a 4-year ban for performance-enhancing drugs. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So I woke up this morning and I got an email from a guy, sends me a lot of really good stuff. Shout out to you as always. This particular time, I received some information that is related to Tyson Fury and the punishment that Tyson Fury may actually still get. Why would he get it? Because he lied. And because the people that he lied to know that he lied, and they are just waiting for him to fall back into their jurisdiction. And if he falls into their jurisdiction, there is a good chance that he will not fight again. Let's go through it. And I said a good chance. I didn't say that it was going to happen for sure. I do not know it. All I know is that Tyson Fury and Hughie Fury were originally banned for 4 years. Not 2, 4. Their suspension that was called for by the BBBOC was for 4 years. Now, did they get that suspension? Why did they want to suspend? Well, I got to back up. Why would who is the British Boxing Board of Control? And why would they want to suspend Tyson Fury and Hughie Fury? I was going to say Oogly Fury. Hughie Fury for 4 years. Because they tested positive for nandrolone, both of them. And Tyson Fury also tested positive for cocaine. And I also believe that the British Boxing Board of Control, seeing as they have watched many Tyson Fury fights during his career, just overall know that he's a cheater in probably a lot of different ways and ways that we haven't even seen yet. Because that is what they said about Tyson Fury before he came over here. People in the UK were like, man, that dude is a piece of this, he's a piece of that. They were not high on Tyson Fury at all in the UK. Why? Because, and this is what I think, could have something to do with the fact that he shamed the UK by having all of his belts taken from him, by being on performance-enhancing drugs in the fight that got him a title shot. And if you think he would be on performance-enhancing drugs for Christian Hamer and not Vladimir Klitschko, okay, let's go to New York. There's a really beautiful bridge out there. You can have it for $1,000. Please. They know what Tyson Fury is, just like we know now what Tyson Fury is. So why do I say that he could face a 4-year ban if he goes back to the United Kingdom? Because he had a 2-year retroactive ban when they settled it. They were like, look, they being the British Boxing Board of Control, wanted to drive all the way to conclusion on Tyson Fury and ban him for the full 4 years. But because they were running out of money, I don't know why they would be running out of money. They believed, the British Boxing Board of Control believed that if they continued to press Tyson Fury, it would bankrupt the British Boxing Board of Control. So they said, instead of going bankrupt, right? Instead of losing this whole thing, we will give you a 2-year retroactive drug suspension. They didn't give him the 4. They just said, look, okay, if you just say you did it, then we'll just let it go. Because we know you did it. We don't believe that boar meat nonsense. And why didn't they believe the boar meat? Let me tell you what the boar meat was. The reason that Tyson Fury and Hughie Fury said that they gave for that nandrolone being in their system, the dope being in their system, was that they were eating uncastrated wild boar meat. Uncastrated wild boar meat. Only problem, wild boars are extinct in the UK. There aren't any. So they were looking at like, did this guy just say that he caught it from a woolly mammoth? I mean, that's what it sounded like. Oh, we got this eating uncastrated wild boar. There are no wild boar in the UK. They're extinct. You know, like the dodo bird. So you got bird flu from a dodo too? No, you did not. And how do you get nandrolone in your system from eating pig meat? But regardless, they know that that's not the truth, but they didn't have the money to keep pushing it, because that's when people with a lot of money will do. They will just keep you in court, file motion after motion after motion after motion after motion. And then you're just going to be going through it for 5 years. And then it seems like all of a sudden you just get sick of it. And you're like, oh, man, and I might not even win. And it's going to cost me all this money. It's not even worth it, man. Whatever, man. Just go fight in the United States, man. Just don't come back here. How about that? How about you just go to the United States of America and you don't come back here? But with all this pandemic and stuff and this Anthony Joshua fight, hey, man, if he goes back to the UK for that, guess what he's got to get? He's got to get a boxing license there. And guess who gives out the boxing license? The people that told him not to come back. Not literally, but the people were like, yeah, I'll let you off. But then, has he fought in the UK since then? I don't know. Maybe he did Fury. Was that in the United States, or where was that? Was that in the UK? I think they might have done that in the UK very briefly. But this is what happened. When Martin Carefoot retracted that testimony, he went to the British Boxing Board of Control and said, hey, by the way, I lied. You know I lied, and I'm just telling you that I lied because somebody bribed me to say this. But they didn't pay me my money. So I'm just flat out telling you, nah, man, I didn't say that. I don't have boar meat in my on my farm. I don't do that. Now, right now, that's a he said, she said type of thing, right? But guess what it will not be if Tyson Fury applies for a license in the UK? Or what it might not be. They might say, sure, you applied, let's review your record and see if we approve this. Right? And then they say, whoa, you're the guy that almost drove us bankrupt over this nonsense nandrolone story you told. And now we've got Martin Carefoot telling us exactly who told him to do it. Because you know perfectly well, Martin Carefoot talks to the British Boxing Board of Control. He will tell them more than likely exactly who it was and what the amount of money was and when it happened and all that stuff. Right? Which will lead to other things, I'm sure, for people that are government officials. All of this stupidity takes place because Tyson Fury won't be fair. Is a cheat. Like, I have no idea how you guys could give this man Fighter of the Year knowing that he has that sitting on his head over there in the UK. Knowing it. ESPN knows it. Everybody knows it. He can't get he doesn't have he dropped his license in the UK so that he would not be called in to answer questions about that. But now, what's he going to do? If he's going to fight AJ and duck out of the Deontay Wilder fight, that's got to be in the UK. That brings him under the purview of the British Boxing Board of Control when he files for that license. On top of the fact that it's shut down. You know what I mean? And there ain't really a fight there. No, man. He's going to wind up having to fight Deontay Wilder. Now, if you hear, and I've been telling you that everything pointed it to him not being able to get out of this Deontay Wilder fight for a long time. But the press and the media just kept pushing it, acting like what Tyson Fury was telling was the truth until it's like the last minute. And then when it's like, oh, yeah, this ain't, yep. Well, we got to admit it now. Oh, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, feud of the year. Yeah, we're going to get another feud this year, too. Oh, it was a feud before. It's a feud now. Before, it was just a nut job excuse-making Deontay Wilder. But now it's a feud. It's a feud because it has to be a feud. They're in a 3-fight contract. The contract, their agreement was for 2 fights. And there was going to be another fight no matter what until Tyson Fury got busted cheating. Not in the nandrolone type of busted cheating like he did by the British Boxing Board of Control, but a skin and not the floppy glove wrist punching type of he got caught after the first fight with Deontay Wilder, or the skin glove, neck wrenching cheating that he got caught in the third fight with. Man, will y'all please get rid of guys like this? Get rid of that. You know he's cheating. Fess up that he's cheating and fix the problem, man. And that way, boxers can move on. And if you get rid of nonsense like that, boxing's going to get better because people they won't be able to. If Tyson Fury couldn't rely on cheating, he might be a better fighter. Really. If he couldn't cheat, if he wasn't allowed to slap people with his wrist and take his gloves half off and figure out how to get skin gloves in there, maybe he would learn how to fight just with his natural abilities and overcome problems. But no, he doesn't want to overcome problems. He wants to cause problems for his opponent that shouldn't be in the ring. Like the problem of getting your neck wrenched, the problem of having a big 300-pound man laying on your back, right? Another problem, the man being incredibly strong, and although he had to lose 200 pounds in like 8 months, but yet he's all muscled up and ripped. Man, get out of here, man. The cheating is obvious. Your thumbs, you got your whole hand and a foot on the scale, and it's still pulling you up. Stop cheating. Let the best people be the best. Marketing, I can understand marketing and saying people are the best. Ducking, I can see in an early contender stage. But this nonsense with Tyson Fury, just rampant out in your face, cheating like that, dog, that should be pulled out and put on public display and made an example of, so people will not do it anymore. And people like Billy Connolly don't have to have shorter lives than necessary because greedy Panama Lewis, greedy Louis Resto, who was the promoter of Louis Resto and them? Oh yeah, Bob Arum and those guys want the win. It's ridiculous. But anyway, it is what it is. And with that, I'm out. Peace. And I don't know if Bob Arum had anything to do with that or not. I'm saying it was on his card. Just like the Antonio Margarito one was on his card, and just like this Tyson Fury was on his card. Bob Arum has just got this. He just misses every once in a while that guys get into his fights with rigged gloves. But anyway, it is what it is. That's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think. And with that, I'm out. Peace.